And thanks for staying with TVC News. Public Affairs Analyst Ambrose Igboke joins me now to discuss the latest development on the NDDC probe. Good to have you join us, Ambrose Igboke. Now, let's begin from the House of Reps, where it almost now looks like a face-off between the House of Representatives and the minister. The minister has denied any accusation against the lawmakers. What do you make of this?
Well, first of all, I want to say that the public officers, especially the executive, concerning corruption in these past 4 or 5 years, have been making mockery of Nigerians. They've been taking Nigerians for a ride by making all sorts of utterances. And the latest one is the one we are seeing from the Minister of the Niger Delta, Dr. Godswill Akpabio. How can you, so the lack of integrity from our politicians, from our public office holders, is something to behold. I mean, it's the ninth wonder of the world. Why should a minister who, before the media, before the public, before the entire world, stated unequivocally that the members of the House of Reps, even the committee members on the NDDC, were beneficiaries of the contracts that were being investigated, of many of those abandoned contracts, to the extent that he was even led credence, his claims was led credence to the person who was presiding on that particular event, saying that, Mr. Minister, it's okay, put off your mic. So which suggests that the minister has something valid to say. Now, I don't know what has happened between that time and the last 72 hours from when he made that statement. There must have been some backroom exchanges. There must have been some horse trading. There must have been some,
Mr. Ambrose, just allow me cut in quickly. While we cannot verify whether there were backroom exchanges, but many say that this is tantamount to lying under oath. Do you agree with them?
Well, if you have told that the members were accused the members of benefiting unequivocally, and then 72 hours later you said they didn't do it, then it's lying under oath, and then it should be charged to court for perjury.
All right, let's now look at the development at the Senate. There's some recommendations made to the presidency. For example, it is now said that the NDDC should report directly to the president. If the president was to follow through with these recommendations, will it solve the problem or the challenges at the NDDC?
It doesn't solve any problem. After all, we are just still investigating the EFCC, which is directly under the presidency. Other times we had issues with the CBN, they are still under the presidency. The DP has had its own issues under the presidency. So there are so many other parastatals and agencies that are under the presidency that are still fighting their own cases of corruption. It doesn't change anything. What happens is that what changes is the institutions we have created. What are the policies we have created? Are we following the policies or are we manipulating them? If you check the NDDC to the purview of the presidency, it depends on those who run the NDDC and what is the penalty for corruption in Nigeria. If there's no penalty, if there is no punishment, then the game will go on. The NDDC have been a cash cow. The NNPC also have cash out and made a cesspool of corruption from the days of UMPADEC to the days of NDDC. The same thing with NNPC. So it doesn't matter who the office is domiciled in its authority. It matters the people who are operating it and the mindset of Nigeria and the punishment for corruption or otherwise the freedom you enjoy when you loot the treasury. So it doesn't matter in any way. The thing is that we have a lot of what you call policy somersault in this country, and that when there's no punishment for corruption, rather what we are having is reward for corruption. Once there's reward for corruption, there will continue to be corruption. If you like, put the NDDC under the bathtub of the president, the cesspool of corruption will still continue if we don't change as a people.
Public Affairs Analyst Ambrose Igboke, many thanks for talking to TVC News.
Thank you very much.